Good afternoon and good evening. It's me, the Black Travelista. I'm back with another video, and yes, as you can see, I'm sitting in the comfort of my living room. Yes, and I know I haven't done a video like this for a while, but I thought to myself, it's a brand new year, it's the beginning of 2021, and why not do a video recapping on my 2020 and what I learned from 2020, and also what you may have learned from 2020, because as we know, 2020 was a bittersweet year for many of us. You know, I remember 2020, January 2020, being at home in Ghana and thinking to myself, yes, this is the new year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this is going to be my year. And then what happened? A pandemic took over, or a so-called pandemic. You know, I'll leave that for another day. But yeah, so for many of us, 2020 didn't turn out to be the year it could have been, but saying that, it still turned out to be a good year for many of us. I think 2020 for me, it kind of pushed me, it made me look at myself and look into my life in a different way. You know, I had, like I said, all these plans and intentions. Many of you know, who follow me, who follow my channel, know that, you know, my journey started off in Ghana kind of thing. So my last couple of years was all about repatriation, going home, going back to the motherland. And yes, it happened, but as you all know, I'm not in Ghana at the moment, so my kind of route was kind of diverted. But at the same time, it's been really, really good. What 2020 has kind of taught me is that the Most High has a plan for all of us. We might have these great intentions. Oh, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. And then the Most High goes, no, I'm going to place you here. This is your purpose. No, I'm going to place you here. This is your purpose. So even though like 2020 was like a crazy year, even that, what's happened has happened for a reason, because many of us had our eyes wide closed. Many of us, you know, couldn't see, you know, what was really happening in this world. And it's taken such a pandemic, it's taken, you know, what's happening to kind of open people's eyes up to what's really going on and what's really happening in this world kind of thing, because a lot of us had our shades on. I'm sorry to say, a lot of us had our shades on, and now it's kind of shown people everything's not as rosy as you think. Life is not as straightforward as we believe it to be, and that's one thing that I think 2020 has taught many of us. For me, 2020 was a humbling year. 2020 was a year that I started my YouTube channel. And at the beginning, when I started it off, I just didn't have no kind of major intentions. I was just at home, at my mum's house, bored out my brains, and thought, you know what, I'm going to start up a YouTube channel. At the point of being indoors during the pandemic, I was watching a load of videos, a load of YouTubers, and it was a lot of African-based YouTubers. And, you know, as I got stuck during the pandemic in the UK, all I could think of was escaping. So I kind of bombarded myself with all these different YouTube channels, and I thought to myself, you know what, I've got a story to tell as well. Even though I was at my mum's in her living room at the time and not knowing how I'm going to get out, I had a story, and I wanted to share that story. And that story has helped so many people so far. Whenever I'm out, I get people coming up to me going, oh my gosh, the Black Travelista, you're the reason I'm here. Black Travelista, I'm so thankful for your channel, you're the reason I'm here. Oh, I was going here, I was going to another country, but because of you, I'm here. And I've heard that so many times, and it's such a humbling experience, because God has used me as a vessel, and I didn't know that. So like I says, that many of us have had these intentions for 2020, and God has pulled us in a completely different direction, but at the same time, it's helped people. So, you know, don't be disheartened if you didn't get to do what you wanted to do last year, because everything happens for a reason, and I'm a true believer of that. I realised in 2020 that there is a thin line between being sane and insanity. During the lockdown, many of us probably was on the verge of breakdowns, and this is just the truth. Our mental healths were tested. big time. And I know that a lot of this isn't discussed on mainstream media and stuff like that, but there were a lot of suicides during the pandemic. There's a lot of mental health. A lot of people were isolated, alone and stuff like that. So what 2020 taught me is that yes, there's a thin line between being sane and insanity, but at the same time we have to take care of our mental health. Our mental health is key. So doing things such as meditation, reading, just spending time alone from social media, being out in nature, these are all ways to keep us mentally like strong, going for long walks and stuff like that. I think social media it messes with your emotions, and I think that being in a pandemic, that was a go-to place. Oh, you know, I'm indoors, I might as well just, you know, go on Instagram, be on TikTok and stuff like that. But a lot of these things kind of, you know, it gives you a dopamine fix, and you know, you start getting addicted to this, and it just becomes, you know, the normal way of life, but it's not good. So we have to kind of guard our mental health, and doing that coming away from social media, coming away from the TV, coming away from our laptops, and just being, sitting down in just silence, like I said, meditating, creative visualization, all these stuff help. You know, listening to frequency music to help with stress, because obviously frequency music has loads of different, you know, it's all different levels of frequency, which helps with different things. You know, our brain connects to, you know, we are electrical beings, so frequency music helps us. But I will get onto that on my other channel, which is my fitness channel, which is coming back real soon. But yes, mental health is, you know, is key, and we have to look after our mental health. So that's one thing I learned from 2020, is that look after your mental health. 2020 taught me to always stay true to yourself. I'm an Aries, so no one can tell me how to think, what to do, or how to do it. That's just me. I'm stubborn. I think I know it all. And a lot of the time I do know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm stubborn, I think I know it all, and I'm a born leader, so I will just do what I want to do. And growing up, if my mum said no, Naomi, that shouldn't be done, I'm going to still do it. I'm going to still give it a try. When I was 18, I arranged my own 18th birthday party. Like, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And what I've realised is that in 2020, you've got, you know, it's taught me to stay true to myself, stay true to my beliefs, because in this time, it's like they're trying to take over our minds, they're trying to take over our thoughts, how we think, you know, how we exist, kind of thing. And if you're not true to yourself, then you will just go along with what they say, kind of thing. So me saying that we have to stay true to ourselves, stay true to your beliefs, stay true to what you believe in, stay true to your faith, stay true to just who you are, just stay true to yourself. Don't be sheep. What I've noticed is during these times that people have turned into sheep. It's like, have you not got a brain? Does your brain not enable you to think anymore because you've been indoors for that long? Like, sometimes I'm baffled, because things that are just in plain sight, what are obvious, people can't see it, and it's just that, you know, I don't know if they're tired of using their brain and they just want to be told what to do. People are not staying true to themselves, true to what they believe in, and it's like they're allowing dictatorship. But I believe that these are the times now when we have to stay true to ourselves, because like people say, a lot of people are living in fear, and fear is false evidence appearing real. So don't allow fear to take away your true essence, take away who you really are, take away what you believe in, take away your religion. Don't allow that, because that's what they want walking zombies, they want walking robots. And if we don't stay true to ourselves, that's what we will be in a world full of walking zombies and robots, people who just want dictatorship. We've got our brains for a reason. The Most High gave us brains, intuition, thoughts for a reason. So don't allow anything or anyone to mess with that. Stay true to yourself. What 2020 taught me is that family means everything. So I moved to London when I was in 2008 initially first, and then I went back to Birmingham, and then I moved back to London, and then 2018 I moved to Ghana, and now I'm in Tanzania. So I have kind of always been away from family. I was the only one in my family. The only one in the family that's ever moved away, kind of thing. And I found that kind of made me kind of miss out on a lot of family, like family birthdays, just miss out on family kind of thing. You know, I love family, and we've got a close-knit family, like my mum's brothers and sisters, my nan, everyone's really, really close. We always get together. So the pandemic actually kind of brought us closer, and I spent the pandemic at my mum's house. So I think I got to my mum's house on March 25th last year during the pandemic, just before the properly locked down, and March the 26th is my birthday. So from March the 26th all the way till July, just 2 weeks before I came to Tanzania, I was at my mum's house. And you know what, it was the most, it was such a precious time.
Things do happen, words can't explain. The only human reason join this with pain. People will spend time just for us to separate. They don't want to see us reach nowhere. Oh girl, I can know I can. Why don't it have to be this way? Can't tell you don't, can't tell you to stay. Oh, just one of those days. Just one of those days.
I spend time with my mum, my brother, my sister, my brothers and my sister, my niece, my dad, my uncles, my nan, my aunties, you know, my cousins, and I hadn't spent that time in a long time, and it was really nice. It makes you realise that family, we need family. We might not get on all the time because me and my mum had some blazing arguments in that house. Me and my sister had arguments. Did me and my brother have arguments? I think me and my brothers had arguments too. Like, we all, you know, but at the end of the day, there's nothing better than family. And what this kind of taught me is that we need to stay close to family, and like what I do is not just for me, it's for my family as well. All this what I'm doing is for my family, because everyone's not in the position to be able to just get up and leave, but I want my family here with me, so I would do what I have to do to kind of get my family close. So that's one of my main kind of, you know, what's going to keep me going for 2021 and keep pushing and doing what I'm doing. But yeah, 2020 taught me that family means a lot, and family are your support network, and even though you don't always get on, there's nothing better than family. So yes, 2020 taught me that, you know, family comes first. 2020 taught me that we should always dream big, because at a blink of an eye, everything could just be gone, and you'd be thinking to yourself, why didn't I do that? I had so many dreams and aspirations and I didn't push forward with them. Like, 2020 just made me think to myself, as soon as this thing is over, I'm gonna fulfill my dreams, I'm gonna push forward, I'm gonna go through it, kind of thing. Dream big, because what's the point dreaming small? What's the point dreaming small? I've had so many dreams in the past and I didn't fulfill them, and it's not too late. But you know, when you're hit with a situation where you feel like your life is out of your hands, you can't do what you want to do, you start thinking about them dreams that you didn't fulfill, and you kind of start regretting it. And I don't want to live a life of regret. I don't want to live a life of resentment. So I believe that you should dream big and go for whatever you want. Reach for the stars, because anything that we want, we can have in this life. We can have it. All it comes down to is your own self-belief. You know, if you can dream it, you can have it. That's what I believe. So dream big. If you want that Ferrari, go for it. All these people that have got Ferraris, they were most of them were in the same positions as most of us. They're human beings. They've got the same 24 hours in the day. So if you want that Ferrari, go for it. If you want that Porsche, go for it. That's what I'm going for this year. That's all I've got to say on that one. But yeah, if you want it, you can have it. Dream it, believe it, go for it, and it's yours. So dream big. We only live once. Dream big, reach for the stars, and do what you got to do to make your life the way you want it to be. Follow your dreams. Like when 2017, so it was about 2016 when I decided I wanted to leave the UK. And it was kind of a scary, you know, it was quite scary to think that I'm going to get up and live in another country. And, you know, I didn't tell that many people, but then I obviously had to tell my parents and stuff and my family. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're going to go to another country, you're mad. You know, how, like everyone's here, your family's here, your life's here. But that was my dream. And from that day of that coming into mind, all I've done is work towards it. I went to Ghana, it didn't work, I went back home. I'm now in Tanzania, and you know, Tanzania could be the end, could be like my, you know, the place I end up living in and not moving, but I don't think it is. That is part of my dreams. I've got so many dreams and aspirations that I want to fulfill this year, next year, the year after. I'm not going to stop dreaming. I think that for all of us, everyone that's out there, if you've got a dream, and when I say a dream, it's like that thing that when you think about it, it makes your belly like feel funny. That thing that you know, when you imagine it, it's like you got a massive smile on your face kind of thing. That sort of dream. If you've got a dream like that, go for it. Again, like I said before, go for it. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. So dream big and fulfill your dreams, because if you don't, you end up regretting it. You don't want to be one of them people that when you get older going, oh, like talking to your grandkids and going, oh, when I was younger I dreamt of being, you know, the world's biggest dancer. Oh, when I was younger I dreamed of being an entrepreneur. Don't be one of them people, because that's regret. From when you're talking about it like that, it's regret. If you want to own the biggest, you know, property portfolio in the world, go for it. If you want to be the biggest IT guru on this planet, go for it. If you want to open the world's first, I don't even know, but you know, if it's a dreams can come true, you know, that's why we have dreams. That's why we dream, because it's to be something that God's given us so we can fulfill them. Dreams can come true. So if you want it, go for it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You know, it's your life. Dream big and fulfill your dreams. We want kids to see that as well, because I think what's happening in this world, the kind of, you know, the whole pandemic, the whole mask wearing, that's changing the way that our, you know, the psychology of kids growing up now. They're going to see life so much different to what we see in life. Like, people don't realise that what's going on now is going to change the way people live. It's going to change humanity forever if it doesn't end soon. You know, fulfill your dreams. If you want to be that person that changes the world, do it. So don't be scared to fulfill your dreams. I know I'm going to be fulfilling my dreams. This year I've got so many dreams and aspirations that I'm going for, and you know, at times our emotions can get in the way, but we have to kind of do with the emotions and just do what we've got to do. Believe it in your heart, dream it, see it, and just go for it. Fulfill your dreams. Fulfill your dreams. Love hard. And this one's a funny one, because I think we're living in a society right now where they're trying to kind of take away love. I think they're trying to make us like almost into robots, so we don't have feelings kind of thing, because this whole social distancing, wearing masks, think about it, wearing masks hides your smile. You know, social distances takes away touch, takes away feelings. Not being able to kiss your grandma on the cheek takes away the kind of the love. Not being able to go to your friend's house or your family's house takes away the love. You know, I remember when I went to Ghana last year and I went into like family's house, and everyone kind of stood away. I weren't allowed to see the kids, I weren't allowed to see nobody, and it was like I felt unloved kind of thing. And I felt to myself like, this is bad, you know. This is bad. They're trying to make us turn against each other. They're trying to, you know, I'm not saying that they didn't love me anymore, but that's how it makes you feel kind of thing. And in a way I was like, I kind of had a bit of resentment towards them, because thinking like, you are like, you know, buying into this stupidness. You know, I'm a human being, I'm fine, but now you're listening to, you know, the power that be, or is it the powers that be? The power of be? The powers that be. And now that kind of love's gone, because we can't hug each other, we can't hold each other, they're stopping us from just doing things that we do naturally as human beings. So what that taught me is that to love even harder. They're trying to stop us from loving each other, from feeling each other, from, you know, being around each other. Love even harder, because love is the only way that's gonna conquer. Love conquers all. Fear doesn't conquer anything. So love hard. You know, love your family, love your spouse, love your friends, love hard, because that's the only thing that's going to get us out of this mess in the world. If the powers that be had that love, this wouldn't be happening. Because when you love humanity, when you love your family, your friends, when you love the animals, when you love just life, then you're not going to do these crazy stuff to make people sad. Like, you can see that what you're doing is making people sad, it's putting people into depression, it's making people commit suicide, it's making people just, you know, it's just changing the way human beings function. That's not love. So the only way we can conquer this is by loving, and loving hard. So that's why I said loving hard, because one thing I try now is just to always show family and friends that you love them. You might not be able to touch them every single day or see them, but showing love is what makes people happy. You know, knowing that you're loved, it makes you happy, doesn't it? It makes you feel warm inside. So yeah, love hard and don't be afraid to love, because love conquers all. Give thanks daily, gratitude, thank the Most High, thank the universe, thank the ancestors. Just give thanks on a daily basis. I give thanks for everything. You know, I wake up in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, there's days when I forget, but on a whole, I give thanks daily. Today, I received $10 from one of my YouTube followers. I gave thanks. I gave thanks to the Most High, the ancestors, for that $10. You know, I give thanks for the roof I have over my head. I give thanks for the warm sun I have on my skin. I give thanks when I'm walking out out in Tanzania. I give thanks when I'm at the beach. I give thanks when I'm around my friends. I give thanks for just for the food, for the carrots that I bought yesterday that I was able to buy. Do you know what I mean? Like, give thanks, because gratitude is like a universal law. And if you don't give thanks for what you've got, or you're not grateful for what you've got, why would the Most High want to present you with anything more? Because by not giving gratitude and not giving thanks, that means that you don't see anything special in what you've got. You just think, oh wow, it's a phone. No, having a phone is not just having a phone. Like, how did you get the phone? Where did the money come from? You know, you've got to give thanks for everything, for the knowledge that you get, for that YouTube video that you came across that taught you how to meditate, or everything that happens in life is happened for a reason. It's like, it's divine timing, it's divine, you know, it's done in a way that, you know, without the Most High, we wouldn't be there. So we have to give thanks for everything that we have, because that's the only way we're going to get more. And eating every day shouldn't be taken for granted, because not everyone can eat every day. Waking up every day isn't something that we should take for granted, because not everybody wakes up every day. So give gratitude, give thanks. So what I do is, on a morning, just as soon as I open my eyes when I'm lying down, oh, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for my ginger tea that helped clear my cold. Thank you for the electric I have in the house. Thank you for this roof I have over my head. Thank you for the beautiful scenery I can see outside. Thank you for the sun on my skin. Just things like that. I thank you. I just do things like that. So give gratitude, give thanks on a daily basis, and you'll see. It might sound simple, but you'll see how things will just come to you in abundance. Give gratitude and you'll have an abundant life. One thing I learned from 2020 is that it isn't a time to procrastinate. I think that there's so many things that have caused what causes like procrastination, anxiety and stuff, and I think a lot of it is things like social media. We're on social media, we watch people put on a 5-second clip where they're looking happy, they look great, they're standing next to the latest Ferrari, and it causes us to either freeze with fear, anxiety and procrastinate. That's what I believe. I think that when I've procrastinated a lot, it's because I'm watching other people, what they're doing, and thinking, oh, I can't be as good as them, I can't do it like them. So what I did was, I'm into fitness, and at the moment I'm not where I want to be. I've been into fitness for a long time. Like, sometimes I kick myself because I started my fitness YouTube channel back in 2014 and I stopped, and now the fitness has taken over the world, and I'm still not where I want to be in the fitness world. But at the same time, I've procrastinated. I can't blame that I can blame that for my procrastination, but it's still me. So what I'm saying is that it's not the time to procrastinate. The world's going crazy. Get on it. Do what you got to do. If you want to take that trip, if you want to come to Tanzania, then work towards coming to Tanzania. If you want to start that business, then work towards starting that business. Don't just sit there and freeze. I know it's hard at times because we're led by our emotions. We sometimes overthink things. But I just think that now is not the time to procrastinate. It's a time for movement. It's a time to do what you got to do. Just get on with it. Oh, you know what? I wanna travel. Get your laptop out and just start making that plan. Get out your notebook. Start planning. It's not the time to procrastinate. Procrastination is a silent killer, I believe, because there's so many people that are procrastinated so much, and if they just made that move, they'd be in that place where they wanted to be. They'd be on that plane, but now they've closed down the borders. Do you know what I mean? So try not to procrastinate. I know it's not easy at times, but I just think that the times that we're in now is not the time. You've got to just kind of get a move on. Just do what you got to do. Like, sometimes I think to myself, like, the reason I'm not in Ghana is because I procrastinated a bit. Like, there was so much that I was at work in England, getting that money each day, getting that money each week, thinking, oh, I've got another day. Oh, and it was the fear of going back and failing again. That's what it was. It was the fear of going back and failing again. It was also, you know, procrastination, and because of that, I'm not there. Obviously, it's down to my own choices and my own reasons as well. But initially, if I do what I had to do before, then I'd be there. And in other things as well, like in certain businesses that I should have started off a long time ago, and I procrastinated, and now other people are doing it and doing it well. But you know, God places ideas in everybody's mind. So I believe that, well, when I mean God places the same ideas in everybody's mind. It's just for the person who gets on it quickly. But I think there's always room, there's always space in this world. We live in a big, wide world. So going back to what I was just saying, do not procrastinate. Do what you gotta do, because you don't want to live in regret. My last point, and one of the main things I learned in 2020 is community is key. You need your community. Doing this YouTube has helped me to build my community in Tanzania, and without them, I don't know what I'd do. Like, just like family, we need our community, and our family is our community too, but we also need our friends, people who are like-minded, because what I've realised is that my community in Tanzania are people that think the same as me, that are on the same movement. They're repatriating, they're trying to find themselves in a new country, they're building, they're starting a new life. And we bounce off each other, we help each other. I didn't have food tomorrow then, I'm sure I could turn to somebody within my community who would help me. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a time, and even if you're in lockdown right now, you need your community, you need it. They're trying to keep us away from each other, but at the same time, I'm sure if your friend said they're gonna get out to buy food, you go and drop some food off to your friend, or your gran, or your auntie, or the man next door. Do you know what I mean? Like, community is key. And even though they're trying to bring us apart from each other, we still can be there for each other. And my community, like I said, in Tanzania has helped me so much. I don't know what I'd do without a lot of the friends that I've got here in Tanzania. So I ask you all to build your community. Even though this pandemic is trying to pull people apart, and everyone's wrapped up in their own little world in their houses, feeling depressed, reach out to that friend. Reach out to them, ask them if they need something, because you might get to a point where you need their help. And if you ain't got a community around you, then what? Where do you go? Who do you turn to? But anyway, people, that was the last point in my video. And I just want to say that, like I said, there's been peaks and troughs in 2020, but all that I listed in this video are things that I've learned. And a lot of things that I've learned is I've been for the good, because now I'm much more resilient. I know what I want, I'm pushing for my goals. I know that anything that I want can be achieved, I can have it. You know, I appreciate family a lot more, I appreciate my community a lot more, you know, all these things. So today, I've got a task for you. Today, get out your notebook, write down what you learned from 2020, and write down what can be brought over to 2021 to make that even better. You know, there's a lot more to come. The world doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So even if you couldn't do what you wanted to do in 2020, you know, in 2021, whatever you learned in 2020, bring it over and make 2021 the best year of your life. So people, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and share this channel, share this video, and get people to, you know, come together. It's 2021 now. We need to come together and make the world a better place with love. Anyway, that's it from me today. Bye.